All right, so my media corner entry is the new live action Lilo and Stitch.
I
We
am.
went we went I first off months before this was before even the first trailer came out, I bought a hoodie at Walmart that's got the ears, the teeth, the eyes, the stomach
Hmm.
color, the whole nine
Yeah.
yards. And I wore that to the movie theater along with my Stitch sweatpants.
So I
Love it.
think I have a feeling you really love
So,
Lilo and Stitch.
so
Oh,
Ohana
oh my
is
god.
family for you.
Yes, I resonated so much with the original film.
Well,
There's
the cartoon film was phenomenal.
Oh
oh
yeah.
my
It's
god,
hard
it's
to beat.
flawless. Fucking flawless.
And did
There's a
you ever watch
lot.
the TV show?
Yes, I watched all of it.
I love it.
Amazing.
It's awesome.
Sti-
Leroy and Stitch. Stitch has
is
a glitch. Yeah.
Stitch has a glitch
Yep.
as a classic.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Do you have a favorite experiment?
Stitch.
Of course.
That's
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know why I
sorry.
asked.
Same.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the generic answer.
Luda,
I
la
loved Experiment
crusta.
625.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I
was-
was
Ruben.
obsessed with
That was
sandwiches.
really good.
Ruben. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruben's cool. I'm pretty partial to Sparky.
Sparky's a phenomenal choice. Also, what was the one that was like Stitch but pink?
Angel.
Who was she?
Oh yeah.
Angel.
Yeah.
She was great.
Willow has an angel pillow,
I love it.
Aw.
like a pillow pet. So the the live action, there's a lot to pick. There's a lot to pick apart here. For one, it's no secret. If you look it up on IMDb, there's no casting for Captain Gantu. They completely annexed Captain Gantu.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
The original voice actress that voiced Nani is in this film. I will not.
I
I
did
will
hear
not
that.
say as who, because that's
Okay.
that's
Okay.
spoilery and could potentially ruin the experience.
That's fair.
The I forget her name in the animated film. Hold on one second. Mrs. Hasagawa.
Mrs.
She
Hasegawa.
she is in
okay.
the movie just as a completely new character.
Okay.
Oh.
And the original voice actor for David is the fake luau manager.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The little girl
Nice.
that portrayed Lilo, adorable, did the role justice. I will say there was
Good.
I had to giggle at the very beginning, and they changed it a little bit, but Pudge still controls the weather.
Oh well.
Oh, so it's not as depressing as the cartoon in the sense of Lilo's fully convinced that Pudge killed her parents?
What?
Did you never pick up on that?
No.
So if you notice in the cartoon and the TV show, her parents died in a horrible storm, driving home in the rain, and every day she leaves.
I heard
she
this
gives Pudge
today.
The fish
I-
a peanut butter sandwich.
I did hear
He
about this.
controls the weather.
But okay, so
My
there's a
God.
whole theory.
The lore is so
there's
deep.
a whole theory behind this. There's okay, so I saw this on
Gotcha,
I
Justin.
saw this on TikTok today. Apparent if you look closely in the animated movie, David is wearing what looks like the fish hook that Maui carries from Moana.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, I do know that Disney and Pixar love to leave Easter eggs in the movies. Did you notice that on Nani's wall in the cartoon is a poster of Mulan?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I know a lot of Easter eggs about Lilo and Stitch. It was one of my favorite movies growing
Yeah.
up.
That is Sam's favorite
Yeah.
Disney movie of all
my
time.
It's
God.
a
Period.
fucking solid one. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have to ask the question because we're talking about the live action and not
Yeah.
to spoil the ending. How did you feel about the changes they made in the ending? I know.
Yeah.
That's a tough one because I'm sure the
It's-
movie and the production were phenomenal, but it's been a huge controversy.
it
Yeah,
really
I
has.
I purposely had it spoiled for me, and the ending is
Likewise.
like yeah, I looked it up because I wanted to know, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think I have arguments for defending it and condemning it. Honestly,
I have a lot of arguments. I'm not going to lie to condemn it.
Yeah,
Not that the movie wasn't good, but
myself as well.
It hurts my feelings a little. The ending that they chose without
yes,
spoiling it.
Yeah,
Because of the entire purpose of the movie being Ohana.
Exactly. And that's where I'm having a hard time myself. I've been watching all of these different TikTok creators reviewing the shit out of
they've
it.
been-
I've seen a lot of positives and I've seen a lot of negatives. But here's my mentality. It's Disney. They can change whatever the fuck
It
they
is.
want.
yep. They also
Not without pissing off the
I've-
fans.
It was more the sense of I don't think the change that they made pissed off the fandom because they changed it from the movie. I think they went against the
Core
lesson
message.
and the core message of the original movie.
Yeah.
Especially with having a culture like that is in Hawaii and the ending that they chose to do, it goes against their beliefs and cultures as well.
absolutely does.
Down to the song that Nani sings to Lilo in the cartoon, which is originally created to talk about the reason why that song exists is because of the fact that Hawaii was being colonized, and their whole purpose was no matter what happens, they have their family.
they also
Yeah.
they changed Jumba's role in the
Yeah,
story.
they did. They made him.
Yeah.
They made
I heard
him
that
the-
as well.
They
R.I.P.
did
Uncle Jumba.
make him the main villain, replacing Gantu. He did not have
I
a
heard.
redemption
That
arc,
made me
and
sad.
that pissed me off.
To be fair,
Yeah.
to be fair, he was a villain in the beginning of the cartoon, but not by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely not in the TV show or any of the sequels.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Right.
definitely no.
If we go to the extended lore.
Unless you count the collateral damage from his experiments, which were designed to destroy
Erroneous.
and kill. You know,
Erroneous.
But I want to say, like, you are correct. Disney is allowed to change the message of their movie. 100% it's their movie. But how do you feel about that's the way they chose to change it? And, a situation like this,
I
where
have
it went against the complete message of the cartoon.
mixed feelings.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Because it's an IP you love, but you don't
Yeah.
like what they did with it, right?
Right, exactly, and
But
that's
it's okay. I love that you enjoy the live action because I feel like Disney live actions get a bad rap.
I was
Yeah.
the whole reason I wanted to go see this in theaters was because I didn't go because I had a feeling that they were gonna fuck up the ending, and my gut feeling was right, but what made it enjoyable was the chemistry that Lilo and Stitch had. It was infectious. I made me cry at times. It was their chemistry was perfect.
Stitch is
I think
phenomenally
we can-
animated too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we can easily make the statement that if the cartoon hadn't existed before the live action came out, the live action would have been a very interesting take
Yes.
on
Yeah.
what's currently happening in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
That's
well
fair.
as bringing in a beautiful story on family. I think
Yeah.
what unfortunately bastardizes it a little bit is what we know of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
other-
I am someone that.
The
oh,
other
so sorry.
thing that this is the whole ugly duckling theory.
A classic scene.
Yeah.
Yes, the classic scene.
I'm lost.
My heart.
You know that he feels like he doesn't belong, and what's the one thing that he takes with him?
The Book of the Ugly Duckling.
Yep.
That iconic scene was cut.
Yeah.
The book wasn't even in the movie.
Dude.
I'm confused. You said you liked this movie?
I did.
This
Specifically
sounds like a
for
caveat.
Lilo and-
This sounds like a
specifically-
like with exceptions.
Reservations.
Yeah, with
specific-
reservations. Yeah.
Specifically with the I liked this movie, but specifically the chemistry that Lilo and Stitch had. That's
Alright,
what
so the
made
acting
me.
was lovely,
That
the
is
effects
that
were beautiful.
that is what made me connect with this movie.
Yeah.
What I'm
That
hearing
makes sense.
is
I love
that the good parts what
Oh,
I'm hearing is
there's
that
tons of laughs.
what I'm hearing is that the good parts are so good that the bad parts that are there stick out like a sore thumb as a result.
Absolutely, without
Absolutely.
without a fucking doubt. Yeah, it's one of those movies.
So do you feel like with all that information it would be worth to go see?
Yes, but just keep an open mind.
I
And that's the thing.
I might wait
will
for the
say,
streaming on this one.
I'm probably likewise probably gonna be a Disney Plus wait for me. I am an adamant believer in not hating something unless if I've witnessed it myself.
Yeah.
Like it was a philosophy I took with Twilight while I was in high school, and it turns out I love Twilight.
Where you been, Loca?
I try to judge remakes on their own merits instead of fully comparing them to the original. Just to be fair, I will do a little.
Extremely
I do a
difficult
little
for
of
me to
both.
do that.
I do a little bit
Yeah.
of both. No, and well, that's the other thing too. I think I'm on your side here because even without the original cartoon, just as a standalone movie itself, I still think what I know about the ending of this, it's still a lazy cop-out ending.
Yeah.
Regardless.
So
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I just feel like it becomes very out of character for that to happen, considering what the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
was about.
Also, there's
Yeah.
marine biology schools in Hawaii, so like,
Yeah.
so I want to make a slight not a comparison, but it's it's not, they didn't do a retelling of the story like Snow White did.
Well, Snow White also flopped.
yeah.
That poor actress.
And this one is
I
more
liked it.
mixed than anything.
I liked it. I had one
Yeah.
caveat with that film. They couldn't. There's no way to retell a story unless you're going to expand on what already was. What they did, they completely fucked it up. Like, they could have expanded on what was already there.
I agree with you. I think with the Lilo and Stitch live action, they could have done such a great job with the story that they had, that the changes that they made almost felt like a political statement. And it's something that Disney needs to be careful with lately because of where the country's currently at.
Exactly my point.
It's a
loaded.
this-
film.
it's a loaded
topic.
review.
I smell a rating coming, and for once, I know it's not going to be a 10.
No, it's not. It's not a 10 by any means.
And
This
that's
sits
surprising.
at
for him.
a 7.5
That's
for
fair.
me.
But what's
Yeah.
interesting is like you got the 7.5. What you got from it was like the actual effects in the movie, the relationships between Lilo and Stitch, which if they were able to expand on that past the cartoon is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because like that's why they
Yeah.
created the sequels and the TV shows. Everybody wanted to see more of that relationship and
Yeah.
see it grow.
I get the feeling the parts you liked is what put it at a 0.5 and kept it from being a flat 7. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Heard.
Yes.
That's fair.
wow, solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid review.
It was and it was
So,
a
like
movie
I
I
said-
know you walked into that movie not expecting this to be such a like it's weird.
Controversial
I was gonna say it's weird to say Lilo and Stitch the live action was controversial, but I mean it ended up kind of being that. So it was a tough seat for you to be in to try to talk about this movie.
It really was, and I wanted to unpack it. Like, I think my next media corner entry is gonna be the movie I saw this past Thursday, Karate Kid Legends.
Ah,
Okay.
nice.
Very nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.